So the last question for this week's recitation is still about cost and the revenue. The first question is asked you to calculate the fixed cost. So if we look at the first table, we should get some clue on how to get the fixed cost. So the fixed cost, in order to get fixed cost, you need to really clearly understand the definition for the fixed cost. So the fixed cost is the cost you will still need to pay even you have zero output. Because think about, if you don't produce the bread, you still need to buy the bread machine in order to prepare for your future production. So the fixed cost will be there even you have zero output. So now if we look at this table, so the first row is about the rate of the output per day, and the second row is the total cost. So obviously, when we have zero output, we still need to pay $50. So what are those $50? So those $50 is the money used to buy the machine, to rent the house, rent the factory. So the $50 is our fixed cost. So the second part of this question is compute total revenue for the table below. So for this question, we know the price is equal to $21. So the second part of this question is asked us to calculate the total revenue for the table. So the total revenue actually equal to the price times the quantity. So what we will do, just use this price times different output. So let's see, if we have zero output, 0 times 21 and equal to 0. And when we have one output times 21, we can get 21 as our revenue. And 2 times 21, and we got 42. So you can use a similar method the rest of the blanks. So let's move on to look at the third tables. The third table is asked us to calculate the average total cost, marginal cost, and the demand curve value for the firm below. So the first, we can see the first row is the rate of the output, so how much output you have. And the second row is total cost. The third row is average total cost. The fourth row is marginal cost. The last row is the demand curve. So we have already done a lot of practice on how to calculate average total cost and the marginal cost. So the average total cost equal to the total cost divided by the quantity, and the marginal cost is equal to the change of your total cost divided by the change of the quantity. So for the marginal cost is when we increase output from 0 to 1, and our total cost increase from 50 to 55. So the marginal cost equal to 55 minus 50 divided by 1, and we got 5. And we will have two outputs. The total cost is 62, and so the average total cost equal to 62 divided by 2, and we got 31. How about the marginal cost? So the marginal cost equal to, when we increase from 1 to 2 outputs, our total cost increase from 55 to 62. 62 minus 55 give us the marginal cost, which is 7. So how about the next one? When we have a 3 output, the total cost 75. We use 75 divided by 3, we got average total cost, and which is 25. And how about marginal cost? Marginal cost equal to 75 minus 62 divided by 3 minus 2, and then we got 13. So you can use a similar method to fill in the rest of average cost and marginal cost. Now we want to focus on how can we find the point on demand curve. So the demand is equal to the price of the product when the market is perfectly competitive. So in this case, the demand curve is a horizontal at the 21. So no matter what you do the calculation, here all the demand curve here is 21. So remember, this is a competitive market. So the demand curve facing to each each competitive firm are a horizontal one, which is like this.